know what? We're honestly looking pretty level here, as is. I don't even think I'm gonna have to use my leveling blocks. What do you think you're getting, huh? What do you think you're getting? She knows exactly what she's getting. It's been a little while since we've done any camping on the channel. The rig has been up for sale, which most of you are probably already aware of at this point, and I actually have an update on that situation, which we could talk about a little bit later. But while the rig has been for sale, I thought that the best idea was to just let it sit in the driveway, not take it out camping until I'm able to sell it. And as it turns out, it's actually taking a little bit longer than I would have liked for it to sell. Not necessarily longer than I was expecting, but definitely a little longer than I would have hoped. But that being said, I've been getting a little stir crazy, just being cooped up at home, not doing any camping or adventuring. And so today I said, you know what? I give up on that idea. I'm not gonna wait until I'm able to sell it. I'm just gonna continue to use it in the meantime, continue to take it out camping, and when the time comes, I'll just get it all cleaned out and ready to go. So until then, we'll be out camping and enjoying the cabin while we have it. There you go, Kai. Ah, home sweet home. All right, guys, tonight we've got Crux Fermentation Project, Half a Brain Hazy IPA. I don't know if I've ever had this beer before, but I love me a hazy IPA. Cheers. Wow, that's a good one. That is delicious. It almost tastes like a juice. I don't know if I could put into words how good it feels to be having a campfire. And it's a perfect night for it too. It's like a little bit chilly. Actually, you know what? It's starting to drizzle a little right now. I might have spoke too soon, but it's not raining too hard. It's just like a very light drizzle. Wow, you know, I think I totally jinxed it because now it's starting to rain pretty decent. All day it was, every now and again there would be a very passing, very light drizzle. So I kind of assumed that that's what was happening. But now that that light drizzle is starting to turn into actual rainfall. Right when the fire got going too, so we might have to hop inside. I don't want to sit out here in the rain just getting wet, and I don't think Kaya does either. hold on, Kaya, hold on. We're not going in yet. I'm actually just gonna fire on the diesel heater. That way we have a nice, warm, dry, cozy, toasty cabin to come into. I think Kaya is ready to go inside as well, but first we're gonna get her dried off a bit. Want to minimize the amount of wet dog in the cabin. All right, go ahead. She is ready. She's ready for dinner. Worked up an appetite, huh? Go ahead. So I kind of messed up a little bit. Kaya normally gets like a beef liver topper on her food, and she's kind of a picky eater. She's not really food motivated. I forgot her beef topper at home, so I put her normal food down without the topper, and she looked up at me and she was like, "Where's the topper? I'm not gonna eat this without the topper." And she literally went and hopped up onto the bed, and she's having a little bit of a hunger strike right now, which I know I shouldn't give in, I shouldn't cave, but I'm a softie. I'm a soft dad. And I feel bad, so I'm just gonna give her a little bit of the ground beef that I brought from my food. It's coming, it's coming. Of course, we're just gonna let that cool off for a while before we give it to her. Wait. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, it's time I get my dinner going too, because I'm getting real hungry. And you already saw I have ground beef. And with that ground beef, I'm gonna be making a burger. Good old fashioned burger. It just sounded so good today. I haven't gone camping in a long time, and you know, a burger is just like the quintessential classic camping meal. All right, there we go. That's more like it, Kaya. I like to see that. Was that yummy? Was that yummy? Hopefully you're not spoiled now and start expecting that every meal. Alright, Kaya. It's okay. We're gonna fix up your paw, right? Kaya has been a little bit scarred after her whole salmon poisoning episode where she was hospitalized for a few days. You know, she's getting all these shots and all kinds of scary stuff was happening. So she's been really nervous when it comes to things that she's not familiar with, you know. But we're gonna give it a shot because we gotta fix this up. Put a little antibiotic ointment on there first. Good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Oh man, that is a really bad cut you got there, Kaya. Got some of this. I know she's not gonna like this. Let's get it full. It's okay. I know, hey. It's okay. Hey, Kaya, stop. Be good. Be cool, I know. It hurts. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I don't know how well that's gonna hold. She's a dog. She's always using this paw, so we'll see, but at least for tonight, it'll be covered. I got some antibiotics on there. All right, well, back to the burgers, I guess. Bacon is done. And made myself a little extra piece here. And of course, you know we're gonna saute up all of these onions in the bacon grease. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. When we do burgers on this channel, we do them right. Cheers. All I've got to say is wow. That is an amazing burger. That is my perfect combination of toppings. Bacon, jalapenos, and grilled onions. Literally, doesn't get better. You know, I sometimes have trouble falling asleep since it seems like my mind just starts racing right when it's time to get to bed. That's why I've started taking this product called Dream, and it's now become a part of my nightly routine. So it's basically like a nightly hot cocoa that helps you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling nice and refreshed. Since I started drinking Dream, I no longer lay in bed at night thinking, unable to fall asleep. I wake up with way more energy, ready to tackle whatever adventures lay ahead. It's got high quality ingredients like reishi, which is a mushroom superfood, magnesium, L-theanine, and more. If you're having trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up exhausted, Dream has been a total game changer for me, and you could try it yourself using my code JonathanY at checkout for up to 35% off. So if you're interested, feel free to click on the link in the description box down below. Thank you so much to Beam for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, you're gonna have to scoot over. Oh, scoot over. Oh, man. I'm pooped. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, Kaya. Good morning, everybody. Oh. I know, I see you. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Stuffy in here. My nose is all stuffed up. Ugh. So one thing with the diesel heater, keeps it toasty, but also keeps it nice and dry as well. Ugh. Looks like it's raining right now. Oh, how's your paw doing, huh? You used to the bandage now? I know you don't like it. It is a beautiful rainy morning here in the mountains. It's very peaceful right now. It's not raining hard, just a very slight drizzle. It's real nice to get out and get some fresh air after being cooped up in the cabin all night. I think I was mentioning this earlier, but the diesel heater is great. Keeps you nice and warm, but it's also super, super dry inside. So you just get stuffy, and fresh air feels really good. Kai, is your paw doing all right? Looks like you're walking all right. I think she's gotten used to the bandage. Woo! That is a mighty fine cup of joe. Hard to beat the smell of bacon in the morning. So I ran out of paper towels, which is hugely unfortunate. So rather than soaking up the excess bacon grease with paper towels, I'm gonna use these tortillas. Because I'm making breakfast tacos anyways, and the tortillas could absorb some of this grease. Check out those breakfast tacos. This looks good. Yeah, it's definitely a 2-cup type of morning. Started raining again. Few sounds are better than rain on the roof of your camper. Cheers. So earlier, I think that I promised you guys an update on the truck cabin sale situation. So I figured this is a good time to sit down and have a little chat. Now, first and foremost, the cabin is still for sale. It hasn't been bought yet. I've had some people reach out. Nothing really has amounted to anything. Nobody's even come to check it out yet. So it's still for sale, but I have decided to drop the price, the asking price, from $16,500 to $13,500 or best offer, which in my opinion is a pretty good deal. Now, the other big update is that I've decided, after a lot of consideration, I've decided that I am no longer selling the truck. I'm just gonna keep my truck. You know, I've spent a whole lot of money on repairs. I just recently was doing the math, and I spent a whole lot of money fixing this truck up. And after reflecting on all of the different trucks and campers that I've had over the years, it really kind of struck me that although the vehicles I'm getting are relatively reliable overall, every time I get a new truck, I have to basically fix a bunch of the old wear and tear items that are just going to wear out on any vehicle. And that always takes time. That always takes money. With my current truck, I did a whole lot of that already, as well as replacing some pretty big components as well. So the more I thought about it, it just doesn't make sense to get rid of this thing that already has been pretty well worked through and replace it with something that who knows what condition it's going to be in, who knows the maintenance, so on and so forth. So I decided that I'm just going to have to figure out a way to make it work. I know I was talking about how this truck is expensive to maintain and whatnot, but ironically, after I made that video, I actually got like a bunch of offers to work with different brands. And, you know, I'm going to also be living on the road, so my major expense, which is rent, and all the bills associated with rent, it's now going to be gone. And that's going to relieve a lot of financial pressure. All that to say is, I think that I'll be fine to keep the truck and keep driving it. That leads me into the other part of this update, in that after reflecting on all of the different camping setups that I had in last week's video, I don't know if you guys saw that video, it gave me a chance to really kind of assess and look back at each different setup and think about what I liked, what I didn't like, and kind of just figure out what would be the best option for me to live in full time on the road. And after doing that deep dive, I think I came away with a lot of clarity. I came away with a deep understanding or a realization of what it is that I want in a rig in order for me to be comfortable and also just sustainable for full-time life on the road. And I have a good idea of what it is that I want next, but I'm not going to tell you guys that just yet. You're going to have to stick around and wait for the update. Always try to pack out the trash from the areas that you're camping at, if possible, even if it's not your trash. It's best to leave these places looking as good as possible, you know? Looks like somebody left behind a lid to their pot. Going in the trash now. Go ahead, go up, go on. Good girl. Well, folks, this is actually going to be where we part ways, but it was a great night of camping. It was relaxing, peaceful, exactly what the doctor ordered. And as always, I appreciate you guys for being here, for tuning in. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.